Hello, hello, people, viewers. I am just beginning the podcast right now. We're gonna have to add some text here just to, let people know to call us up on Anyone for Gaming on Discord. And yeah, we're starting soon. We're just switched to this scene to, get everything set up. But yeah, we're accepting callers at 6 p.m. in the Eastern time. So let's just put this right there. Okay. Hello. We are joined here with
Grandpa.
Grandpa.
Pretty good name.
I am August.
August and Grandpa. Oh yeah. Okay.
August and Grandpa.
August and Grandpa.
Let me move my blanket there. And yeah, so welcome to the podcast. There's a light right there. That's fine. And what is this podcast about?
This podcast is about looking for the paranormal. And if you're looking for paranormal, it's not always going to be available on the surface. You have to look beyond the surface. You have to look beyond the obvious. You have to dig deep wells.
Digging deep wells.
Digging deep wells. And that's where you find the truth that can be elusive.
Yes. And there is a few meanings to digging deep wells.
Right.
Now, first one is, what you were saying.
Well, when you say, like, I dig it, that means I like it.
Yeah,
So
digging wells.
You could mean liking deep wells.
It can mean in deep.
It can mean actually excavating, to, unearth
Yes.
a deep well. So digging means different things.
Yeah, exactly.
And deep means different things. Deep can be meaningful. Deep can be a dimension.
Give me a dimension.
Yeah, like a depth. Like deep, depth, like how deep is the well.
Yeah.
So deep can be meaningful. Deep can be beyond the superficial obvious. Deep can also mean a physical distance. So digging means different things. Deep means different things. Wells is complicated.
Okay, and yes, that's a good point. Here now, as I'm saying this, it appears we do have a chatter here.
Oh my golly!
He is named C. Odor, and he is saying, "Burps in fear."
Ooh.
Start. Fart. Bart. This is actually a friend of mine. And, yeah, he is on the Anyone for Gaming channel.
Oh my golly.
If you'd like to call in, have any stories, you can. And,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
So callers can ask questions. They can also tell their own stories.
Yes.
We are a podcast that hosts stories
Precisely.
that others would like to tell.
And we talk about stories.
And we expose our audience to those stories.
Yeah, okay, so we're actually going to look at some ghost stories right now on the web. And I think that these will give you chills. So, okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and start off with the Crescent Hotel. Eureka Springs,
Springs, Arkansas.
Okay. The Crescent Hotel. So I'm going to read this out here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The Crescent Hotel is considered to be America's most haunted hotel, based on the story of Norman Baker, a medical fraud who bought the hotel and turned it into a hospital to treat patients after he claimed to have had the cure to cancer. When his patients died under his care, he buried their bodies in the basement as makeshift morgue.
Mm-hmm.
The spirit of every patient he killed still roams the halls of this haunted hotel to this day. In fact, paranormal investigators from the Ghost Adventures show went to the basement morgue and witnessed something or someone move. One hotel manager claimed that he had discovered a portal to the other side for those who were on the same frequency. Another manager who ran the nightly ghost tours said that the guests would grow faint and pass out in the same exact location. Upon investigation, this spot was where the portal was located, which was also directly above the basement morgue.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's very interesting. You know, we're talking about ghosts here. What is your opinion on that?
Well, my opinion is when you first look at the hotel, it looks like a normal, welcoming environment.
Yeah.
But when you dig digging deep wells,
Yeah, exactly.
you find that there is more than meets the eye. So you dig deep wells to understand that there's a morgue, and then you have to dig into the history of the morgue to understand the history of all those poor souls.
Yes.
That were rendered asunder by this evil man.
Mm-hmm. Now, to my understanding, he killed people in the hospital, right?
Wow.
And put them
go into
in
the hospital,
his basement.
so you go into the hospital to get well.
No.
And what you wind up is down in the morgue. That's not what you expected.
Okay, I'm gonna make a confession here. I don't really know what morgue means.
Morgue is a place where dead bodies go. Yeah, serious. Yeah, I'm serious. It's a place where the dead bodies go.
Is that so graveyard?
Well, a morgue is like a holding area.
Like
it's
a waiting place
yeah,
for them
it's
to
like
be put in the graves.
Morgue at the police
to decide if they want to turn them to ashes or if they want to put them in a graveyard, right?
Right. So a morgue is where you store dead bodies.
Okay.
And so a morgue is a transitional place, right? You're there for a little while, and then you're moved to your final resting place. Hopefully your final resting place, unless somebody comes and excavates and wants another look and wants you to have another adventure that you may not even know about. A paranormal adventure.
Ooh, a paranormal.
A paranormal
adventure.
Because an adventure experienced by a dead person is going to be paranormal by definition. How can a dead person experience anything? Only the paranormal can a dead person experience. So
that is true.
The morgue is a transitional place where new experiences flourish.
Sorry, we're just gonna move the table in there a little bit. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that story was very interesting. It was very, like imagine going into a hotel, like you were saying, or
I think what a lovely building.
Or a hospital. Yeah, what a lovely building.
I'll enjoy spending some time there.
And you get injured, you get a cut or something, and then it turns out you come on the hospital bed, and then there's just a guy standing there.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Big time.
You know what I mean?
What a way to end.
That would really be a bummer. You're trying to get better.
Right.
and you just get worse.
And you go there with certain expectations. If those expectations are dashed.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to be looking at the R Theater in Auburn, Illinois.
Does any state not have a town called Auburn? There's an Auburn, Massachusetts. There's an Auburn, Georgia. There's an Auburn, Illinois. There's an Auburn, Washington. I'll bet every state has a town called Auburn. And Auburn, in every state, Auburn was probably named in the fall when the leaves turn from green to golden brown, which is Auburn. Ooh, Jack Nicholson. Good joke.
Okay, so we actually have a caller here.
Oh, cool.
And this is a friend of mine, and he wants to call in on the podcast. Alright, it's at 6 we're going to go. Okay, we will let you on
What time is it now?
cast at 6.
What time is it now?
It is 5:58.
Ah, 60 minutes.
Probably just enough time for one more story, right?
Okay. So what do you discover when you go into the basement of that hotel?
Go in the basement?
Yeah. You go in the hotel. Now, is that a hotel or a hospital? Or is it a hotel converted to a
I think
hospital?
it's like both.
Okay, so it's like it's
Okay,
a building
let's-
that's used for multiple purposes.
Yeah. Alright, let's read the R Theater. Not long ago, after a man named Robin Terry purchased a movie theater to fix it up, he began to experience strange happenings, like voices in empty hallways and footsteps going from room to room. Robin brought in a psychic who told him that a person named John Wayne was haunting the building, and that she kept seeing images of a clown. Another psychic came in and claimed to have heard laughter, like a maniac, cackling kind of laugh. Then Robin came into the possession of a beautiful wooden armoire. This piece of furniture was once owned by the attorney of the infamous serial killer John Wayne Gacy, a man who had preyed under young men and boys while dressed as his alter ego, a clown named Pogo. When Gacy was on death row, he painted, and some of these sinister portraits were kept in the wooden armoire. People who have visited the R Theater have experienced bizarre happening, a bright light appearing in a blacked out room, shadows moving through the hallways, and a paranormal investigator noted a voice coming through a spirit box saying someone named John was coming in from hell. So that is interesting and just right enough time, so we'll leave that on hold right there, and we'll go ahead and call my friend.
Sure.
And see if he answers.
Or you're calling out, he's not calling in.
Well, he says he wants to.
I see.
I haven't really. Okay, he might not actually have a ghost story, but he says he wants to call in, so let's let him call in. What? Wait, hold on. Yeah?
Hello? Wait, hold on. Yeah? Hello?
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello? Wait, hold on. Hello? Hi. What? Hello?
Okay. Well, let's try calling him again. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Did you hear that?
What I heard was a bunch of echoing.
Mic lag.
Right.
Okay. Hello? Hello, can you say something? Hello? Oh, he says hi. Okay. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Do you have a question or a story,
A spooky story?
spooky story you would like to say? He's typing. Unfortunately, we can't hear him right now, so he's text typing us.
Oh. Why can't
Viewers.
we hear him?
He says his mic is lagging currently, so.
Well, we were getting a delay. I was moving my hands around, and it was like a second and a half or 2 seconds later that my hand would move on the screen. So we have a lag going on too.
Yeah.
A visual lag.
Okay. So, he says one time.
Mm-hmm.
One time. Okay, wait, hold on. One time my bathroom door closed, nothing scary really happens to me. So your bathroom door closed by itself, or, like, did it just close?
Yeah, but not the word.
Like, did it close by itself? How did it close? And did you sense there was a presence there?
Supreme Commander Vita.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was
That's a
outside.
great
I didn't
name.
know that's what she was doing.
Have here. I don't know, I think it was just wind. Okay, so I think he was there and it
Right.
closed by itself. You know, that would be pretty scary if you're going to the bathroom and
Yeah.
the door...
And I'll bet that there are a lot of cases where you think there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for something. But if you dig deeper, there's a reason that's not
Are you going out? Is
obvious.
it a back door?
So was it the wind, or was it something deeper? Was it something that you have to search out?
Yeah,
Come here.
exactly. Okay, he's
Plug in
going to
the
go
headphones.
plug in his headphones.
Ah.
Okay, he can't hear me. Okay. I'm just going to go plug those in.
What did your mom want us to do with Django?
I'm going to take Django. Okay, can you stay here?
Sure.
And I'm gonna go get Django the pug on the podcast. By the way, everybody,
There's a baby cut. There's a baby cut.
Coco, you can call now.
I can't, honey. I'm
Not right now, but like you.
Oh, look. You got him. You sneaked him. You guys should go.
Coco, it is calling. It's 6 o'clock.
I know. Your parents are just trying to go, and I'm trying to get this dog deserted.
Whenever you want to call, you can.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Now I'm going to give him treats.
Oh, are they gone?
I think so. Come here. Come on. Okay. Be good. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Come on, Django. Okay. There you go. You got your treats.
Okay, do you want to call me?
Yeah. Just give me a minute to collect myself.
Okay, sorry about that. Viewers. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
we can hear you now.
I can hear you. Okay, we just got also a friend request from someone who maybe wants to be on the show. Okay, so
We've got someone be named
Django's here.
Puglet.
Your bathroom door closed when you were sitting there.
Yeah, it was probably just the wind, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hoping.
You're hoping, yeah. Exactly. Okay, so thank you. Unfortunately there is another caller here, so if you want we can get back to you later. But there's another caller that's calling in right now. So
Okay.
we'll go back in a few. Okay. Okay, so this is the other caller.
Respect Muffin.
Respect Muffin. On there just in case. so I'm calling Respect Muffin right now.
Respect Muffin could be a lady too.
Hello?
Oh.
Oh.
Respect Muffin.
Hello?
Hello, is that you? Who is Respect Muffin? Hold on, I'm gonna call Respect Muffin again.
You've got somebody else calling. That's not me.
We're calling out.
Are you Cocoa Puff?
Yeah, and I just hung up. I'm gonna call again, so wait till it rings.
Okay. Oh, call anyone for gaming YT. Call.
I'm calling you now.
There, I have 2 accounts. Hold on, let me, I got this. Okay, so, there's someone trying to call, but... Okay, I'm calling. Hello? We have a caller that goes by... Oh. The caller just left. Let's try and call again. Hello? What's going on?
Hey, Jake, hang up because I can't figure out. There's something. My computer and my phone are going, but I can't answer my computer.
Okay, wait, can I let Django go now? Okay, we will be back in just a moment. Okay, so...
Something paranormal is happening to our computer system.
I was just calling you.
Oh, that's the wrong account. I'm on my PC account, so you want to call that one.
Why didn't you tell me that?
So we're going to dig a deep well to find out what the paranormal activity is on our computer.
Well, where's she gone?
Okay, hi, we're back. Did we get a call? We're going. Okay, we're receiving a call right now, actually. Hello?
Hello.
Aha.
Hello?
We
Hello. This is Cocoa Puff.
have a live caller.
And I'm just wondering what is going on at my house that feels very paranormal.
Can you
I
describe?
walk by a very, very old radiator.
Mhm.
And as I go by, it gets freezing cold.
Ooh.
It's like a wind of cold air comes at me. And it's supposed to be a heater. It's supposed to be heating the house. Do you have any idea what that is?
Well, you know, that is a occurrence that can happen. I'm not really sure what that could be. It could be, something, maybe the room was cold, but, it could be something paranormal.
Well, when you're in a city with a lot of skyscrapers,
Mm-hmm.
the wind can come through and it funnels through the buildings.
No, I'm not in a skyscraper.
But
I'm just in a little old house that has old radiators. And actually, the person who sold it to me didn't tell me this, but someone else told me that a little old lady died in this house.
Really?
Well, I was wondering if the fins of the radiator could be acting like skyscrapers in a city and funneling the cold air through the radiator.
But it only happens when I walk by.
It could be a paranormal, it could be something paranormal. There's a chance.
How do I test? How do I test what it is?
Are you in the house right now?
Yep.
Do you have other friends who have radiators in their houses?
Others?
Like friends,
Not
like
that I
family.
can recall.
Because if you go to another house with a radiator and the same thing happens, but only when you're there, then you're the paranormal.
Yes, but if I'm the paranormal, then maybe I have other powers that I should be testing out.
Right. See, I think we need to identify whether the paranormal is you or the radiator.
Well, I'm telling you what, if I'm paranormal, I'm going right now to the grocery store and buying a lottery ticket.
There you go.
Yeah, because. Wait, why?
Well, a lottery ticket, paranormal's going to
Because
win.
I would be able to see the winning numbers.
Right.
They would flash in front of my head.
So what would you do after you win the lottery? Assuming you're paranormal.
Probably go someplace warm and sunny.
Ah.
That is good.
And
where I don't need a radiator.
you don't need a radiator.
That cold air, it could be, the old lady walking by you.
The one who died.
Yeah, because sometimes, if you're walking by someone kind of fast, it can sometimes create a cold wind.
But maybe she wants me to help her get out of her spirit. Do you think her spirit could be in the radiator? Do I need to help her escape?
I've got the paranormal right here.
Yeah, I got Django. Alright, so thank you for calling in.
Okay, well then I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket and I'm going to try and open the radiator to see if I can let any of the spirit out.
And you have to share the winnings with us if you win.
Maybe.
Alright, thank you for calling in.
Okay, thank you for your help.
Thank you. Alright, bye. Okay, so that was a
Cocoa
call. Cocoa Puff. And that was Coco from, I don't know. So, anyway, back to the story, because right now we don't have any current callers right now. So back to the story about the R Theater in Auburn.
Oh, the R Theater?
That we were just reading about. John Wayne.
Oh, right. John Wayne Gacy. Yeah, he was a pretty bad guy.
It turns out he was, and that would be pretty creepy if, because clowns freak me out.
Well, and the name John Wayne, there's a famous Western guy named John Wayne. I wonder if John Wayne Gacy was named after John Wayne. Or whether that's just a coincidence.
And clowns freak me out, but to know that, there's a clown that's, actually, a killer.
Yeah.
Just dressed as a clown to, I don't know.
Clowns are creepy.
Freak people out.
Clowns can be, clowns are supposed to make you happy, but generally they just freak you out.
Really, they really do. And, the movie
Except
It?
Bozo the Clown.
You know the movie It?
Yes.
I've seen it, and that clown is pretty scary. Pennywise, Ooh, that's pretty scary. It's a good movie, though. I like that movie. But you would not want to meet Pennywise in a situation.
What does Pennywise do to you?
He's like a monster, a clown. It's like an alien that's like...
It'd be bad.
That would be bad. Okay, so is anybody gonna call in? I'm trying to see if this person will want to call in. Okay. Alright, so that's a no from somebody we're trying to get. Sorry.
Let's just go.
Okay, so can you just like you can talk to the Okay, hold on. Let me Okay. Okay, I think we're gonna
Rocket
have a
Man.
caller.
Who's Rocket Man? Rocket Man.
Rocket Man, he's a caller.
That's Elton John's song.
Okay, so do you have a question? Do you have a question? I'm trying to get. He's texting me, and I'm trying to figure out if he has a question or not.
No.
Nah. Okay.
Ask him if he has a story.
I already asked him that.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna look here, and we're gonna look at this. Hold on here. And we are going to be accepting calls now. I'm gonna send this in a server. A Discord server here. Yes, this is one that does allow calls, so viewers, do not worry. Okay, so, Respect Muffin is a caller that friended us. So we want to know, Respect Muffin, if you are calling in, we would like that, because we would like to know why you friended us. Right? It's a paranormal investigation.
It's digging deeper.
Why they friended us. Who is Respect Muffin? Alright, so... Okay, should we look at some stories here?
Sure.
Nah, Joker's awesome. Okay, chat. Okay, let's read about... I got a story. Okay, we're going back to the caller, Supreme Commander Vidra. He has a story. So let's get him up on the show here. Hello? Is this...
Hi.
Hi, you say you have a story?
Yes, I got this one from a friend. It may not sound serious, but he did tell me it, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a previous caller here. Okay.
This story is very strange. It's the story of... I'm not joking. He said this was a story. The story of the fucking pooper.
Of the what? What did he say?
I'll explain this later, but I do have to go right now, actually.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Just, okay.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
The pooper?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we have a prank caller or not
I
here.
think that might be a joke, not a story, but we'll see.
We'll see.
When Supreme...
I mean, he said, he admitted, it sounds like a joke, but it's kind of serious, so...
Right.
I don't know, maybe some how that's serious.
We'll find out. We'll stay tuned.
Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some more stories. Okay, let's look at the House of the Seven Gables, Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
Salem, Massachusetts is legendary for its first moment. Okay. Alright, well, anyway. So, let's just look at this. Salem, Massachusetts is legendary for its history of the witch trials and other spooky entities. Hold on. The only reason I sent that is because they were being kind of rude to me in the chat.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just left it. Anyway, sorry about that. There was a server that I joined that people were being rude, so I had to text them back. Anyway, Salem, Massachusetts is legendary for its history of the witch trials and other spooky entities. The Turner Ingersoll Mansion is known as the House of the Seven Gables. Let's see if the mic's still working there. House of the Seven Gables. Gables?
Gables.
And it has a number, and it has had a number of ghostly reports. Because the house is now a museum, quite popular around Halloween. Visitors have seen some spooky, unsettling things. A man climbing up and down the secret staircase, a little boy who giggles and runs around the attic, and even Susanna Ingersoll, the cousin of Nathaniel Hawthorne, and the author of the novel The House of the Seven Gables. One visitor heard a woman in his ear whispering, "Shh," when he turned around expecting to see his girlfriend. No one was there.
Wow.
So what do you think about this?
I think that house is haunted. I think there's so many stories about that house. It's hard to think that some of them are not true.
Mm-hmm.
So many stories.
So many. And you know about that house before this podcast?
Mm-hmm.
You knew about it?
I did. Yep.
Have you ever been there?
I've never been there. I've been to Salem, Massachusetts, but I've never been to the House of the Seven Gables.
Okay. So that would be a very scary place to go. It sounds scary. Me and him and me and my grandpa and another and someone who actually just called on the podcast are going to be visiting a graveyard that is supposedly haunted in the state that I'm located, which I'm not going to say because I don't want to, reveal that on a stream, but we're going to be heading there and we might get some videos. If we get anything creepy, we'll let you know and we'll put it up on this channel.
Now, I wonder if there was a cemetery near the House of the Seven Gables and whether the spirits would travel back and forth between the house and the cemetery. Or the spirits just stay in the house. They just hang in one place. If I were a spirit, I'd want to move around. I'd want to see things.
Exactly. I hope if you're a spirit, you don't just stay in your home.
Nope.
And you can't go outside. That would really not be good.
Well, you're entertaining so few people if you stay at your home. Here we go. Here's a spirit right here.
This is Django the Pug. Okay, so we're gonna have a grandpa read. Pick one here. So, that's a little bit too far. Would you like to do Jean Harlow House?
Sure.
Or, let's see.
Make the font a little bit bigger. Okay.
Whoa. Too big. Is that good?
Sure.
Okay.
This Beverly Hills home has some unexpected, gruesome, dark history. In 1932, famous actress Jean Harlow and her abusive husband Paul Byrne lived in here. Shortly before Paul shot himself while standing in front of the mirror. Jean moved out and died a few years later. Then in 1963, celebrity hairstylist Jay Sebring and famous actress Sharon Tate moved in, and they lived there together until she left him for Roman Polanski. When they lived in the house, however, Tate witnessed seeing a creepy little man who resembled Byrne. When she fled the room and ran downstairs in fear, she then had a vision of an entity tied to the railing and with its throat slashed. A few years later, both Jay Sebring and Sharon Tate were murdered by members of the Charles Manson cult. Freakishly enough, the house they were murdered in was only 2 miles away from the house they had once lived in. There are some threads going through that story that you want to dig deep into.
I really do.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting story. That's pretty brutal.
And for, you know, the actress to be married to a bad guy, and then Sharon Tate lived in the same house, and then she got murdered. Ooh. You kind of wonder whether her fate was sealed by the home she lived in, because it was supernatural.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That's a good point. You know, that is pretty scary.
Mm-hmm. And murder is 2 miles away.
And
so that's way within spirit commute.
And you know how he shot himself in front of the mirror.
Yeah, but you wonder, did he?
Huh?
Did he? Or was it somebody else? It was Rocket Man.
Alright, here we have Rocket Man texting. Okay, so that was an interesting story, you know, it was good. Do you think it's true?
Well, there's certainly some truth in there, and the husband, the abusive husband, apparently shot himself. Sharon Tate was certainly killed. We know that story. We've heard of the Manson murders. You know, Sharon Tate was killed by his followers, Squeaky Fromme, and what was the other woman's name? Charles Manson was a cult leader who lived in the desert in California.
Really?
Yeah. And he would send his group of followers to do very heinous crimes. Making a mod.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, that was interesting. This podcast was interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and call Muffin, Respect Muffin again, because I don't know what happened. We're gonna call We're just sitting here waiting.
She's not answering.
Or he, we don't know.
Well,
Maybe it's a paranormal mystery. We'll have
maybe
to
it is.
dig deeper in.
I think I know who Respect Muffin is.
You think you do?
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so should we end it off here?
Sure.
Okay, well, I think seeing as we're not really getting that much callers or
Cheerio.
cheerio. Thank you for watching the podcast. And, Bye.